Normally start?
Probably to hear a commercial first.
No. The only time you'll ever hear us say that, oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire inside is delightful. And since there's no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough.
I can't believe how low that song is.
I thought you picked the right one.
I didn't pick the right one, but that's okay.
I don't know what you did there.
It's all good. I picked the
Hi,
right one.
everyone!
Hello! Happy Sunday, everybody!
Happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing okay. It's been cold all week here in Toronto.
But no snow.
Yes. Well, it did snow.
Well, it snowed, but it hasn't stayed. It melted.
Yeah, it's
so
melted,
we're,
which is,
you know what? That's why we were okay with singing "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow."
Well, we also don't have to
and
drive.
we don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, we're not allowed to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But you know what? It kind of is one of those things. We're okay with that.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
It's what we need to do right now. It's
Yeah.
being smart. It's being cautious, and it's giving us hope for the future, because that's exactly what we have. We have hope.
Always try and be positive.
Always try to be positive.
So on YouTube, we just shared the Zoom link is right there for you. It's pinned. On Facebook, it's pinned as well. So everything's ready. We can actually start right away.
Yay! That's
so
fantastic.
First thing is celebrations.
Celebrations. Let's put some celebrations in the chats on Facebook and Zoom. Everywhere. On YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube. Let's hear what you guys are celebrating about. And you know what? I don't even want to. A coach today made a great top point, and it wasn't calling it celebrations. Something you are proud of.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be a celebration, but something you are proud of. It doesn't even have to be about your actual weight loss journey. It could be about your entire journey. Because again, we like to focus on every single aspect of this. We're kind of realizing that from our journey when we started at weight loss, it's transformed into our full life. It's no longer just about the weight loss. And every little thing you learn about yourself throughout figuring out that dynamics with food, it applies to other aspects of your life too.
So on Zoom chat, there's a bunch of people sharing. So Kim is down, Carol's down, Leah, Sue, 1 pound, Devin's 1.8, Kim 1.2. Jan's down 2 inches since November.
I've got Barbara here that's the same, that stayed the same, which is awesome.
And then proud of all activity I got this week. Back to health feels around me again. So pumped about everyone crushing their Christmas goals. Air fried down from the top of the refrigerator, cooked chicken breasts in it. That's awesome.
Love this. Katie here said she burnt her dinner but didn't go out. She instead made herself an omelet. Good on you for doing that. That's an amazing NSV. You know what I mean? A lot of times back in the day, you probably would have said, oh, let's just order something. But no, you kind of realize that, is it worth it? No, I can make something just as well because I have other stuff in my fridge. I think most of the time as WW people, there's always something in the fridge.
So I do see on YouTube, someone did bring up something that we've been seeing. So someone said,
and I know a lot of the US is
about cutting local meetings. So for those of you who don't live in Canada, Canada's already been through this. A few weeks ago, I think a month or two ago, Canada went through this where our meetings, a lot of them became national, and any workshops that had less attendance were cut. And so I think this is what's happening in the States right now. I know that we've been to a few workshops this week where the coaches told us, again, it's almost the same things happening there. Workshops that have a lot of attendance will most likely stay open, but there will be a slew of national workshops, which means there'll be workshops every hour of the day for you guys.
Exactly.
Just like in Canada.
National being there'll be a US coach, but everybody across the US will be able to join. So it's been working really well. If you want to get some insight on how it's been working in Canada, I know Jana is one of our, she's actually in the Zoom, and she is actually a coach as well, and coaches one of the national workshops here in Canada.
Yeah.
And I know she's been really enjoying it, and I think the members have been enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
There is a big...
And there's still some local workshops, so I don't think, I'm pretty sure it's the same in the States.
From what I understand, it has to be at least 25 people attending
So if
a workshop.
you love your coach and you want your workshop, go to your workshops, visit your workshops, support your coaches.
Yes.
And be there for them this December. You guys know, you just have to dial in and just listen in. You could be driving somewhere, just support your coaches right now. They need you, okay? So that's the message from us about that. So celebrations were good. I got to see a bunch of people. And I know people are also going to in-person workshops too. We haven't yet. We're not planning for a while to go to in-person workshops. We are hypochondriacs. Well, he is. It rubbed off a bit of me too. So we'll stay home. Virtual works for us. So again, it's finding what works for you, right? If in person it works better for you, then
we've even had friends that asked us, "Oh, I'd love to come see your condo." We moved here a year ago, and some people have said, "I'd love to come see your condo." And this was just right before the lockdown, and I was like, you know what? I love you guys, and I really want to see you guys. But at this point in time, in my mind, the way I look at it is, if I'm not able to see my mom, if I'm not able to see his mom, I don't feel I should be seeing other people who have other bubbles.
Yeah.
I'm being very smart about this. I don't feel right about that. So I love you all. I love the people who reach out and said we'd love to see you. We would too. But right now, I think we just need to make sure we're being safe. We're being smart and safe.
Yeah. So for our weigh-in, so I weighed in yesterday at 168.4. I was down 0.9. I'm still below my goal weight of 170. That's week 4 of maintenance, so I have 2 more weeks to go.
2 weeks left, so don't forget, December 19th.
Virtual dance party.
Virtual dance party. That's the night that evening, that morning, Nick is weighing in for Lifetime.
Yeah.
He's going to do it. I'm more than confident that he's going to be able to do it. We're in a different place right now. We're in a different head zone. We're doing very well. Yeah. Even myself this week, I'm down. I weighed in at 173.3. I was down 2.9 pounds, and I'm maintaining. And I'm back
under Lifetime.
I'm below goal now.
Yeah.
My goal is 174, so I'm 0.7 below my actual goal weight, which is fantastic. I'm super pleased about that.
And we'll see, I kind of alluded to this story during a workshop this weekend. When I reached my goal weight last time, so again, a lot of people know my story, but I'll kind of fill in. I reached goal once in 2019. It was 164 pounds was my goal weight. It was really hard for me to get there, and the week I got to it, I really worked out really hard that week to make sure to make it. And then within 2 weeks after that, I had gained 10 pounds. We actually went to look at it yesterday. I had gained 10 pounds after, because what I was doing then wasn't sustainable. I was working out like crazy hours that week to get to that goal weight. And so the following weeks, if I couldn't maintain that same level, I couldn't keep going.
So again, going to show you that we've made mistakes during this journey and did things that we thought we're going to be able to handle, and then realized, whoa, guess what? I can't do this forever. I need to change this.
Forever, that's the key word, right?
We realized through our journey, even when we thought we had it, we didn't. And we had to reformulate, change, as we talked about this week during the workshops. We talked about change this week, if I'm not mistaken. New perspectives. So we'll get into that in just a bit. So.
But that's the thing. Because of the change, like the fact that now we've changed the way we've done our journey, what we were doing before is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed from when before we got the goal to get. The only thing that changed is I have 6 extra points.
Yeah.
Because when you go to Lifetime or maintenance on your phone, you get 6 extra points.
Which makes sense. It makes sense because you're no longer needing to have that deficit, right? For those of you who are somewhat doing some thinking in the calorie wise, they talk about having a calorie deficit. I don't want to go into that, but it's the same concept of if you have more points, you're going to eat more, and you're allowed to eat more because your body no longer wants to lose, right?
Exactly.
So you want to make sure you're at a good place to make sure that your body stays within that range, which is maintenance.
Yeah. So this week was a pretty relaxed week. We did some workshop visits. We worked. Jean-Luc had a crazy work conference to do.
I had an insane not insane, but it was a very busy 3-day work conference, and it was all virtual, so I was online quite a bit. It was hilarious because at one point, with a lot of execs on in a meeting, and my cat keeps poking his head through, which was absolutely adorable. Seba, of course. But what can you do? That's the new environment that we live in and we work in right now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we visited a few workshops this week, Palm Springs, Texas, Greenville, South Carolina, Florida, all 4 new locations, so it's kind of odd to... It's funny because we're used to going to places that know us. Sometimes there's one coach that didn't know who we were at all, so we walked in and they're like, who is this? And we're like, oh, hi, we were invited by one of your members.
And she was there.
And the member was like, that was me. And we're like, oh, hi. So sometimes it's weird when we show up and people don't know us, but it's fun.
That's why we do like it when the coach knows that we're coming. Yeah. And it's not because, again, we want to reiterate, it's not because we expect to go and talk, because we don't. We like going to participate in the workshops.
Yeah.
I mean, if a coach does ask us to, then we don't mind, of course, but it's always like just being there and learning from all of you. Because once again, you guys teach us so much. And then what you teach us, we then adapt to what we already do.
And then
sometimes,
we share with you guys.
and then we share it back.
Yeah, we share with
so
you guys.
So that whole idea of taking somebody else's idea and improving on it, making it work for you, and then resharing it back is incredible. It's an absolutely incredible part of this journey.
So on Friday, Jean-Luc actually did grocery solo this week, which was weird for him. It was weird. Plus, he hasn't been driving a lot.
I haven't driven in a long time, so I'm in the car going, oh my goodness, do I remember how to do this? And then it's so funny. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
It's like leaving WW for a while and then coming back and going, wow, I remember so much of this.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't doing it. Although when you're behind a car, you're a little bit more cautious, right?
A little more cautious.
Like when you're in your tracker, you're like, oh, well, I can skip tracking that today.
You mean like we're doing today?
Like we did today.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're not tracking today.
We haven't tracked today.
We're very honest.
Yeah.
We have not tracked today.
No, we meant to.
We meant to.
Our intentions were there, but it didn't happen.
But we're not overeating.
We're not overeating either.
We're actually, we had a good dinner. We're being pretty good. We had a 0-point lunch, so we're still following the mentality. We're just not writing it down today. But we will tomorrow. Tomorrow we're tracking right back tomorrow.
And again, it's being human. It's knowing that sometimes it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get mad at myself for something that happens once in a while. It does not happen every day, but we told you guys we are horrible trackers. We've told you this. We come to confessional on Sundays and tell you how bad we are at tracking, but we are terrible at it. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about today.
But I did groceries and there was a stop at the LCBO.
We're planning for Christmas.
Yes.
Which is something you want to talk about right now?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about that actually. So we did say what we promised we were going to do. So we sat down this week and we wrote out the 7 days from December 24th to December 31st. We categorized then a list of all the foods of the Christmas foods that we would normally get if we were seeing our moms or seeing your family. And we started saying, okay, when are we going to have these foods? How are we going to eat them? When is it going to work?
So we'll give you guys a background. We always allow ourselves, the week between Christmas and New Year's is kind of an indulgent week for us. And the reason is back in the day, that's when we saw our family and that's when all the big meals would come out. So we always allowed ourselves that week. What would happen though is that we would say, when we were doing it, the two of us, we would say, oh, let's go buy what we want for the week now. So we'd buy like 14 bags of chips, 18 bricks of cheese, everything. Like I want this, I want that.
Plus we'd indulge at our moms on top of that.
And we'd order takeout. And what would happen is that by the end of the 1 week, it would lead it to 2-3 weeks because we had so much extra food, it would last, a lot longer than our original schedule.
And this came out from someone's workshop. Someone said, oh, I'm scheduling. And we're like, wow, we can schedule our holiday meals. Why don't we?
Yeah.
Why don't we?
So we did.
We scheduled our indulgences.
Yeah, so what we did is, like I said, we wrote down all the main courses, the desserts, and the snacks we wanted to have during Christmas break, between Christmas and New Year. And then we had to fit them in 7 days. So some stuff had to be eliminated. We had to pick the top 7 that we wanted for meals. We had to pick the top desserts we wanted. We couldn't do all of them. And what we did is the 4 desserts we did pick, we are making them in the beginning. We are splitting them into 7 equal portions, and we will split them out for each 7 day. So we're making sugar pie, we're making cookies, we're making muffins, and we're making Rice Krispies, because that's my favorite.
And we're not going overboard in any of the things that we're making. It's not going to be like there's going to be extreme amounts of it. There's just going to be enough for us to have a snack of some kind.
And we even scheduled a leftover day.
Yes.
Okay? So and not just that, all our lunches and breakfasts will be 0 points. So we are planning this we're scheduling this to the T. So if you are a person that also has a similar thing, maybe it's something you guys can try. List the things you want to have this Christmas. Don't put the stuff that really doesn't interest you. If it's something you know you can have in a month from now or at Easter, it's something you can only have at Christmas time that you only have this time of year, write it down.
Exactly.
Make yourself a list.
We are having Chinese food, but guess what? All we're ordering is chicken fried rice and chicken balls, because those are the main 2 things that we both crave when we want Chinese food. We're ordering Thai food. That's where we're going to have our pad Thai. And we're spacing it out. And when we order, there's going to be enough for a meal. And no leftovers. It's not for 10 meals. It's that meal. That's it.
So we're trying it out. And then what we're going to do is that week, we're planning to take pictures of our meals. We're going to show you guys. We're going to be honest. We're like, this is what we made today or what we're having today, because we're being honest. We are going to indulge that week. And we're going to show you guys the week after the scale is probably going to go up.
Yeah.
But that's the part we're okay with this. We are planning this and choosing this
Because
right
it's
now.
already in our mind now, it's not going to disappoint us later.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I think a lot of us set this expectations that at Christmas time, I'll
be
finish Christmas
invincible.
and I won't gain any, I'll maintain, or
Yes.
I'll lose weight during Christmas time. And then we try, and then first of all, we're unhappy because we can't enjoy ourselves. And then we get to the end, and we try, at one point, and I'm not saying this happens everywhere for us, we would falter at one point, and then the floodgates would open anyways, even though we tried not to. And we still end up at the end of the time with having gained weight because we ended up falling off at one point without planning. We're planning ahead. We know we're gonna have this happen. If you know this is something that you struggle with, plan it out.
And we can also eliminate still as we're making it because we already have something ahead of us. So we can start looking at it as the days get closer. We can say, do we really need this? Is this just overdoing it? And we can revamp this actual schedule. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully it's something that maybe you guys can use. Work it for you. Make it work for you.
Exactly.
I think that's really important. Don't, like, for us, we can do the 7 days, but for you, if you just want to do 3 days, say, plan those 3 days. You don't need to stretch it out as long as we do, or as we are.
Exactly. So the next thing we want to talk about is the new WWE Gays Give Back that we launched today.
Yay!
So there's been little inklings about this the last little while. So we'll give you guys a story about all this, how it all happened. So a month ago, Jean-Luc and I were sitting down going, oh my god, we need some Pampered Chef stuff and we need some Epicure stuff. And we were like, oh, how do we do it? We don't want to do a party because if we do it, then people will order it and we'll get the gifts. And we don't want all the gifts. And we just feel that's just wrong.
And we also know that we have several people who are represent either Pampered Chef or
so who do we pick?
Who do we pick and make it feel fair? Because we don't want anyone to think that we're giving any favoritism anywhere, right?
So we actually did reach out to a Pampered Chef consultant first. But when we were looking at the way to do it Pampered Chef, it wouldn't work out. There was no food option with Pampered Chef to make it work. But then when Lara reached out to us, and Lara is
we had already worked with Lara before.
Yeah.
She had already done a video with us earlier on when we had just moved to the condo
last year,
almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And so she reached out saying, hey guys, would you be interested in creating another party this year? And we went, well, let's talk. And as soon as we spoke to Lara, and Lara's like, I love this idea. Let's do Lara. Let's do a giveaway. So what we're doing is once we are actually donating all of the hostess gifts to a food bank.
Yeah, so we actually reached out last week to the North York Food Harvest Food Bank. We reached out to them and asked them, is this something we can do with you guys? Can we actually get whatever products we get from Epicure and just donate it to you guys so you guys can? They said, yes, we'll do that with you guys. They're actually going to be sharing all the posts this week that we made, all the graphics, they're going to be sharing on their social media as well. So they're all part of it. And then we reached out to Larry in the States, who also partnered up with...
and that was because Lara actually suggested, saying, hey, if you know someone in the U.S. and you're able to get that going in the U.S. as well, and we'd love to be able to give back on that side of the border as well. And Larry definitely said, yes, I'll find someone and we will work together. And that's where it all came from.
Yeah, so now today it launched. So if anybody don't know what Epicure, we actually have Lara with us right now.
So we're going to put her on the screen. I just need, where'd the remote go? It's right here.
So I'm going to put you on the screen,
Lara.
Lara.
So we're going to put Lara. We just need to do some little behind the scenes maneuvering here. If it decides to work.
It should.
There we go.
There we go. Hey!
You got to do this again.
Hey, Lara. Oh, we can't hear you right now. Can you try talking again?
Turn the speaker on and off again, because sometimes if it's been on for a lengthy period of time, it decides to say, I'm no longer working for you. I don't want you to hear me.
Hello? Test, 1, 2, 3. No, still can't hear you.
Still no sound. That's very
Everybody
odd.
else can.
Oh, can you guys hear? Yeah, we can't hear her.
Zoom participants.
There we go.
We can hear you now.
There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Lara with Epicure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. And Lara, we met you last year. It was like random too, right? You sent us a message. We just randomly. If you guys haven't seen the video, there's a video we did last year with her. So go look it up on YouTube. It's really cool. Talk about what Epicure really is. So actually, Lara, tell us about Epicure.
We have you, can you give us some history about Epicure a little bit? So for those who don't know about it.
Absolutely. So Epicure has been a Canadian company from Victoria, BC, which is near Vancouver, since 1997. So we've been around for over 20 years. And last year in 2019, we launched in the US. So we're brand new down in the States, and we're just launching down there. All of our products are clean ingredients. So we have no preservatives, no chemicals, low sodium, sugar conscious, and we're 100% gluten free. We also have a lot of kosher products, and we're part of the non-GMO food movement. So our products are really great quality with all clean ingredients. And the goal of our products is to make life in the kitchen easy for people. So it's quick, healthy meals, 20 minutes or less on your table. We have meal solutions, spices, dip mixes, and lots of cookware. So it's a really great company.
We have some stuff that we love from them too, so we will plug a few things. So the mac and cheese mix, they have a mac and cheese powder. It's amazing. We have that, our carbonara recipe uses that in it because we absolutely love it. There's also a dessert spice. I know they changed, it used to be cranberry apple.
It was an apple cinnamon
mix, and now
I
it's
didn't
like a
find
strawberry.
that. Is it still there?
No, the cran apple's not available right now, but we have a summer berry.
We bought that one.
Oh, I bought it.
We put our order in
found
today.
that one. I found that one right away. I was like, okay, it's summer berries. I'll get it. I'm getting 2 of those ones.
Yeah, we love that one. We also love the Epicure. There's the silicone mold cooking thing.
Oh yes, the one. It's the one with the lid.
Bagel?
No, I bought the bagel one today because I'm like,
one.
oh,
This
the
one.
steamer.
Yeah,
the steamer is awesome.
We cook chicken in here often.
And I also kind of made a cake, not a cake. Well, yeah, bread last night. I made a
Flourish
bread last night. And
You can make it in the steamer. That rectangular steamer can also be a loaf pan.
that's exactly
That's
what
where
I
you
made
make-
it in
yeah.
last night. I took the flourish and I added eggs and blah blah blah, and I put it in the oven, and it came out to be this beautiful loaf of bread for like 16 points, I think it was.
So in chat right now, a lot of people are asking about WAB points. So Lara has a actual Facebook group that she has all the points for all the actual items from Epicure. So Lara can share that in chat for you guys, so she can share the link afterwards if she wants. And she'll also share the links for where if you guys want to do make an order, go through there. And what's happening with the order? That's what we didn't explain yet.
And the name is Epicure. That is the name of the company. Is Epicure.
Epicure, yeah. So what's happening, guys, is what happens when you host a party for, yes, you can order in the States as well, Michelle.
Yes.
So what happens is normally when you host a party for Epicure, the host gets the gifts. So what happens is you get all the product coming to you as the host. We didn't want that.
Nope.
So what we're doing is we actually bought our own order today.
Yes.
We put in an order for ourselves today, actually. And what we're going to
Because
do
I made a
is,
mistake.
with all the products that are going to we're going to actually bring to the food bank. One of them here in Canada, and then Larry will be doing one in the States, which is the Catholic Charities of Terre Haute, Indiana. So that's where he's bringing his items for the food bank.
We wish we could find something that was national on both sides, but unfortunately right now, this is being the first time we're doing this, we found something local.
Yeah.
So we do understand if this is something you're not interested. We don't want anyone to feel obligated whatsoever. This has no obligation. This is only if you are interested in trying some new products, getting some new information, something to try, kickstart you on your journey.
And what it does is that you know that it's going to a food bank, so it's going to help someone who needs some food. In our area, like I said, we wish we could have done this across Canada. It would have been great. Maybe in a few years, maybe this is the first time we try this,
we'll have more counterparts join us throughout each province. Maybe we'll see if we can do something like that someday. But well, let's start small, because guess what? WW says start small, right?
And then the last thing I want to say, and Lara, I think I want you to share this. The last thing that's happening that you're doing also for us.
Which is?
You're sharing your commission.
Oh yeah, so that's the other thing is I'll be donating my commission back. So this is something that I wanted to do to also give back, and so my commission will be buying a gift card for Loblaws in Toronto. And so I'll be sending all my commission to Jean-Luc and Nick, and then they'll go out and get a gift card to go to the food bank with all the seasonings. So
the food bank will actually be able to go and get more
perishables
food,
more items.
Yes, more items for the
So
food
unfortunately, we couldn't do that for the United States. We can only do for one location. So maybe next year when we figure this all out, we'll make it different next year. But this year, right now, so we're hoping this works out because this is, like I said, our first attempt ever at doing some type of charity thing on our own channels, so this is all new to us. So
If
it works
anybody
out-
else has ever done anything like this and has some suggestion ideas and wants to work with us for future things, because guess what, guys? Food banks need food all the time. It's not just at Christmas.
And I would be happy to set this up with any of you in your communities if you wanted to do this with your family and friends. We could do it in a variety of communities anywhere in Canada or the US. And I saw someone from Australia was asking, and unfortunately Epicure is not in Australia yet.
Yet.
But,
Yet.
And I also wanted to tell everyone how cool it is that our founder, her name's Sylvie, she founded the company. Her daughter is our CAO now, and she's one of the top 40 under 40 in Canada for businesswomen. She's such an amazing role model, and her name's Amelia Warren, and you can follow her on socials. She's really amazing, so it's cool to be part of such a great company. And this is only, I have a regular job. I just do Epicure as a side hustle, or as my friend Diane in Nanaimo likes to call it, for some mad money.
Oh, I love that though. But why not? Like, a lot of people have these little these things on the side, which I think is great. You know what I mean? If it's a company that you full on support and you enjoy, why not? I think it's fantastic. And I love the fact, like you said, it's a woman CEO that's like doing fantastic, and I think we need to support that and support women in leadership as well.
So Lara will share the links in the chat on Zoom. I actually have the links right here for YouTube, and on Facebook. If you guys want the link on Facebook, just comment and we'll share it later.
Yeah, we'll go back and share it later.
So I'm going to share this right now on.
But thanks to both of you, Jean-Luc and Nick, and also Larry, for being open to doing this and for giving back. This is amazing, and I can't say how much I appreciate teaming up with you on this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you teaming up with us.
We'll be honest, guys. We normally we always like. I don't know. It's like a broken horse here, or
a broken record.
A broken record.
Yeah.
We always say we don't like getting stuff given to us. Like it's not like
we appreciate it,
but we always feel uncomfortable. It's the same thing with this. We felt uncomfortable creating an event and being the ones on the recipient side of getting stuff. We didn't feel that was right. So we're so glad Lara agreed to do this with us. And like I said, let's see what happens.
Yes,
let's see what our grand total is going to be.
Yeah.
You know what? My look at it, again, I'm going to refer it to our journey. 5% is better than 0%, right? If you can go and bring a box to a food bank and it's going to help someone get some extra things in their home that they normally wouldn't have, why not do it?
Exactly. Thank you, Lara.
Thanks, Lara. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask Lara some questions in chat. I'm sure she'll be...
Somebody was asking about the points. So I have the WW Epicure group on Facebook that has all the points listed. So I'll put the link to that in the Zoom chat.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Lara.
And
thank you.
If you guys aren't able to, if you feel right now, you know what, Christmas is a hard time, you already have a lot of things to buy, don't feel bad. It's okay. There's other ways that you can give back. Don't forget, you have your WW Good, your points that you can give out to
wellness
wins to WW Good. So that is also a way to give back to local food banks in your area, if I'm not mistaken. That's attached to local food banks in your area, from what I remember them saying.
So on Facebook, so if anybody that wants the link on Facebook, just comment, and then later tonight I will go back and send you all the links. So just please comment if you want the links, and I'll find you later. Everyone on Facebook is asking for the links, and I'm like, I can't right now. I'm a little busy.
Someone said, your tree looks really blue. Is it really blue? It actually changes colors. It goes from blue to purple to red to...
See, now it's going red.
Yeah. Now it's going purple there. It's delay.
Okay, so let's talk about this week's topic.
Exactly.
So we have a few people with their hands up already. So I think let's go one person first, and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
So we have someone new here, Diane Sharps. I've not seen... Hi, Diane.
Diane was here earlier, and I remember we listened into all conversations before the show starts, and I remember her question was about the turkey stuffing, if I'm not mistaken, that her daughter or her daughter-in-law is going to be making for Christmas, and she's like, how much is a cup of stuffing? I want to know.
I'm trying to find
You're going to have to ask your daughter to see what's inside of it.
I'm trying to see if I can, she's right here, but she's not
She's not there.
So maybe I'll go with someone else.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
Let's go with Lynn next. Hi, Lynn.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can't. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Oh well, I'm glad you liked the gift.
Oh,
Thank you. I cried. I literally cried. Like, I won't lie.
well, we knew when we opened ours,
I
and
was
there was
like, oh
another
my
little
God,
box.
everyone's
We knew right
to
away.
say that. And I started crying. Like, it was, yeah.
We knew
I
right
know my
away.
sister got me my dad and my brother that passed away. She had it done on that, and when I opened it up, I cried too.
For those wondering, I'll show it.
Yeah, and I'll grab the other one.
So this is what Lynn got us, for those wondering. This is the ornament that she got us.
That's one of
That's
them?
the cats, Keikos and Seba right there. And then she got us one of us as well.
And
So
show that cat's in Zoom.
yeah, in Zoom.
Yeah, it's etched, so when the light hits it, you can.
And it's also in our tree because it glows through.
Yeah,
so.
I've been strategically placing so that there's a light behind it, so that way you can
I
see
know.
it even more. I'm like, ooh,
We'll fix
where
it-
does
we'll
it
fix it
fall?
later.
Yeah.
We'll fix it later.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I just watched if anybody else has what's it called? The voting for the holiday recipe. I go in and I hit vote. It takes me back to the submission. Does anybody else?
yes,
have that?
so they obviously have not completed the links correctly. So yes, I would wait till Monday. I have a feeling that when the email went out either too quickly or they didn't update the links in Connect on time.
So for those of you wondering, here in Canada, we've actually had a baking challenge. There is a national baking challenge for WW members where they actually got to submit a recipe with all the ingredients and pictures, and we judged. We were judges. We were part of the judging
We had
panel.
to pick our top 15, out of like about 100 recipes.
There was a good 100
and
recipes.
then our picks went with other people's picks, and then
They narrowed it down to the top 10, and now the members are voting on the top 10. It's quite interesting to judge a recipe without tasting it. I was like, I feel gypped. I wanted to taste it. I'm just joking.
I felt bad for the chocolate ones.
Yeah, because he was like, I can't vote on chocolate because I know I don't like chocolate. But some of them were beautiful.
I still was like, okay, if it looked pretty enough and there was chocolate in it, I was like, okay, I'll still vote for it. Because I know I'm like the worst person to actually judge chocolate stuff because like, I don't like it.
There are some really creative people
Yeah.
out there, like
Yeah.
amazing. Everybody did phenomenal. I honestly don't think anything I would have made would have been as honestly. There were so many other better recipes when it comes to desserts and things like that I was like, wow, I was so impressed.
And Lynn, I'll reach out to the organizer on Monday to let her know we know the organizer, and we'll be like, hey, by the way,
the links aren't working.
you guys might want to send the email out again because people are not going to go vote now. They think there's no voting. So
Yeah, because some people got it, some people were okay, and I don't know, maybe it's the Android or I don't know. Right?
Okay, because we couldn't get it either. We couldn't vote either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. And then next, let's unmute Arlene. Let's do Arlene next. Hi, Arlene.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. I like the way my hair looks tonight.
That's fantastic.
Just yeah. So last week, you guys know that I had a difficult birthday.
Yes.
Yep.
And I didn't share everything here on the group, but I have shared it in quite a few workshops. But I just wanted to let people know that I had a major binge on my birthday. So it wasn't a planned indulgence. Like, it wasn't little, it was huge. It was 109 points for the day. I tracked it all. And I was beating myself up the next day. Paula told me not to weigh myself. I didn't listen to her. Sorry, Paula. And then I went on with Jana on the Sunday, and Patricia was there, and so was Marcia, and they stayed with me quite a long time after the workshop, and I worked through some of the reasons and the root causes of this binge. And what I did was I wrote a note to myself on my phone, in my notes section on my iPhone, which will be always with me, about binge eating. So I wrote what happened, how I felt, my thoughts, and then I wrote down the strategies for next time, because there's going to be a next time.
Yep.
It's inevitable.
Yep.
So the next time for me is going to be Christmas. So I want to do something to plan that. So the other thing that I've been doing since I reached lifetime is I have been scale obsessed. I was weighing myself every single day.
Yeah.
So last Sunday, my husband hid the scale from me.
Good
As
man.
somebody said in one of the Hamilton workshops, he's the scale commissionaire now.
That was Nick.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So
He used to be my peanut butter commissioner.
I was a little bit afraid to weigh in myself. Today's my weigh-in, so I was a little bit afraid, but at the same time, I wanted to know how I did. Well, I had an amazing activity week because I've been doing this Antonetta's 50-day challenge and the Mary Fitness. So I've been exercising 36 days straight. That's another huge victory for me. And I got up on the scale and I lost everything I gained and a little more.
Yeah.
So I was really, really proud of myself for that. And the message is that I wanted to get out there is I didn't let myself beat myself up for more than a day or even less than a day.
Exactly.
And I was able to track it, accept it. And again, with the help of Marcia and Jana and Patricia, I was able to let go of it by talking it out with a coach, which really, really helped. And I now have that note to myself. And so my message to everybody is that we really, really, really need to be kind to ourselves, forgive ourselves, have self-compassion.
Always.
Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
That was one of the things that we had to learn. Like that's one of the key ingredients that we had to learn: self-compassion and stop trying to diminish. Stop trying to be our saboteurs. Stop trying to look at ourselves as, I can't believe you're doing this again.
And if you can learn that before you even reach goal, it does help. Because once you hit goal, learning that is a little bit difficult. And Arlene is experiencing this right now. It's a challenge. It's not difficult. It's a challenge because it's making sure that she realizes that she's still going to have to do whatever she was doing before now that she's hit goal. It doesn't give you carte blanche.
Yeah.
Goal does not give you carte blanche.
Yeah.
You give yourself carte blanche from time
Yeah.
to time,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
And that's the thing too, is that one of the things that she said, it was her birthday.
Exactly.
It was her birthday, Arlene. That happens once a year.
And I'm telling you.
And I know sometimes we say, oh, I know, you get mad at yourself, but sometimes if you don't enjoy yourself some of the time on this journey, and I'm not saying a binge, like I understand you saying you went a bit too far, but if you don't allow yourselves to have those moments, you're going to start resisting and hating your journey. You're going to start going, I can't believe I went through Christmas and I didn't get to have blah and blah and blah blah, or fill in the blank. I can't believe it was my birthday and I always have this my birthday, but I'm not having it because I'm on this journey. You're going to start resenting your journey because of it.
And I'm telling you this, Arlene, you tell your husband every week to hide the scale on you, and then you have to run around the house to find it. It'll give you fit points. It'll get you activity.
Tell him to hide it really well.
Hide it well,
Really well.
and he has to give you clues to find it. If you really want to find it, you will find it. And I think it would be a great, you know what, I know this sounds silly, but making it fun changes everything. Because by the time you get to that scale, you're going to have laughed so hard because you don't know where it is that you're not going to care about the number anymore as much. The number is just going to be, an afterthought, because you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he made me run around the house and it was in front of my face the entire time.
And I think a lot of times too is when we look at the scale and the numbers, that number fuels what we think that we're worth.
Yes.
When it's not really what you're worth. That number does not define who you are as a person. It doesn't define how good you've been doing and all the things you've been good to yourself. And I think we do give that power to that scale a little too much sometimes.
And this is a great segue to something we saw Nicole post this week.
Yes.
Nicole posted in our group, and I think in the Ajax group, she goes, it was a picture of her, and she said, it took me a year to lose 80 pounds.
No, it took me a year to be the girl on the left to the girl on the right.
Yes,
and
which was 80-pound difference.
And then she said, but it took me another same amount of time.
Another year just to lose 5. Think of that. Think of that. Where it took her a year to lose a huge amount of weight, but then eventually, the smaller the amount, sometimes the harder it gets. The more challenging it gets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing
I
is
just wanted to say one more
sure.
thing really quick. The thing I'm more proud about is the fact that I've been able to keep up with my back and hip issues with Antonetta's 50-day challenge. I've been doing indoor and outdoor activity regardless of the weather 36 days straight, and I'm determined to get to 50. And I've been sore, so I've been having to tone it down a bit. But
you're still doing it.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. And Carol there has been my support and inspiration. She walks during all the virtuals. And I forgot to tell her I walked during a couple of virtuals as well. So
when she said she gets like 3,000 steps per half hour virtual, I'm like, what? That's crazy.
What's something I love that Arlene just said, and I think it's funny because she just said it. I had to tone down my activity because I still want to do it, but I had to tone it down. You can do the same thing with your journey. This week I need to tone it down. I need a break from this, so I'm not going to do this aspect of my journey. Doesn't mean I'm throwing in a towel and saying I'm not going to do anything at all. It means it could be one area of your journey you need to take a break this week.
I had to tone down my activity this week. My shoulder was killing me in a lot of pain. But I told myself I don't want to not do anything. But what's stopping me from not jumping?
So Jean-Luc was doing this for jumping jacks.
I was doing I was actually doing the one-sided jumping jack as I had to because I didn't want to lift my arm.
He would dance around like this and his arm would stay down.
So. I need to work. I need my arms to work. Yeah. And if I'm overdoing it with exercise, how am I going to actually do my work? Yeah. So keeping that in mind, right?
Yeah.
Working yourself to pain is not helping you.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're the other thing is for those of us that do a body isn't just, it's now my warm-up, but it's not just, and Carol and I have talked about this, it's not just a physical activity. She is an inspiration. She sets me up mentally for the day. It's a mental activity for me just as much as a physical activity.
Definitely.
And she is just a huge part of my journey, just like you guys are.
We completely agree.
Yeah. We actually just met, it was a year ago, like right around now that we actually met Antonetta. It was actually around a year ago at this time that we actually met her to do, she used to do Walk 15 back then. We were part of one of her Walk 15 classes. We did a video with her on YouTube about Walk 15 and a body. So actually there's 2 videos with her on there about that. So we love Antonettas. That's why we encourage everyone to try a body whenever they can. Yeah. I know Patricia, so thank you so much, Arlene.
Thanks, guys. Love
Thank you.
So I know that Patricia has, I think it has to do with the contest. Hi, Patricia.
Hello. Sorry I'm off camera. My iPad is dying.
I saw you saying that.
Yeah. We'll forgive you.
I have 2 things to share. Yes, I'm going to tell people about the voting. I have it directly from Mahara and from marketing.
Excellent.
But firstly, I wanted to share an amazing comment I had when Jana and I did our workshop this morning. And this week's topic has to do with learning how to say no. And this one member brought up such a valuable point, and I hope everyone takes it to heart and listens. Us Canadians, we are terrible at saying no. We always feel we've got to always say yes, and we don't want to offend anybody. What this member said, but what about ourselves? Why should we offend ourselves and not take care of ourselves? And it's so true. We all need to be able to take care of us, love yourself enough to say no.
Yeah.
Love that. That is so true. No is one of the hardest words to say.
We're just as bad. Like, it's a perfect example yesterday. We're doing a workshop in Michigan at our 3rd workshop of the day, and as the workshop's going on, one of the members says, will you guys come to a 12:30 workshop with Denise? And we're like, yeah, sure. So we went to a 5th workshop on Saturday because we have a problem saying no. We do have a huge problem saying no.
We would have most likely said no if we already had a workshop planned at that time, but because there was no workshop planned, we're like, yeah, we can stop in. Where else are we going? We're going to be on the couch or on our step. We can jump into a workshop for 30 minutes, right? So, but sometimes you need to say no. And sometimes no can be
and it's not a bad thing.
No,
it's not. At all. It's just like, I want to come back to last week's topic about perspective, and when we talked about change, and the word change, we all go bad. We all think change is negative. Change is negative. However, I'm gonna try. I threw this out in a workshop, and I want to hear people's perspective on this.
Or see their faces light up when we say
What
it.
happens when you say, "Oh, I want to remodel my kitchen"?
That's a change.
That's a change, isn't it?
But it's so exciting,
But
right?
isn't that exciting?
So I'm going to remodel my journey.
I'm going to remodel
my habits.
I'm going to remodel my habits.
You know, it
Why
sounds a
do
little
we
bit
need to
better.
say change?
Yeah.
Change makes us go to that negative space. So finding a word that is equivalent, or maybe that makes you feel
All good inside.
good about change
Yeah.
instead of bad about change.
Exactly.
So think of that. Keep that in mind. Because for me, I'm thinking, I love the remodel. I love the refresh.
Yeah.
I think that allows me to say, guess what? It's not like I'm doing anything bad, but sometimes it needs to be different.
Yeah.
Okay, now, this is the update for the baking challenge. This is directly from marketing.
Hear all about it.
So-
Hear all about it.
The poll is a movable ink one that auto updates. So once you click on the picture, it registers your vote.
Ah,
Fancy.
So you click on the picture on the email.
Yes,
Fancy.
you pick the item you want to. You pick the item
that
you want to
explained clearly in the
vote
email?
for, and you touch it, and the votes will go up. You won't see
Well,
it
see,
go
the
up.
judges didn't even know this, so that's like news to us too, because we thought it was the same thing. We thought they should still go change the post that says, by the way, your vote has already been counted or something, because a lot of people have been posting, my vote's not counting, my vote's not counting. So I'm glad that that's been cleared up. So we'll share that in our group as well for people who want to vote.
Yeah, I started a poll, or I started asking questions last night on Workplace. I said, what's going on? I'm getting a million emails and messages from members who say they can't vote. So they checked with marketing, and that was their word.
Okay.
Touching the picture, don't worry if it takes you somewhere. Your vote is recorded by touching the picture you want.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that clarification, Patricia. Appreciate that.
And I will say this, we've had a few people like it was so funny. We knew someone, Jen, who's in our group, who posted that she got picked.
Is that Persimmons?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
persimmon ones.
persimmons.
And then somebody else, Sandy, sent me a message yesterday going, "Oh my God, I have such great news. I was picked." I was like, "Oh, cool." We didn't see who submitted. We just saw a picture recipe, so we got to pick based on what was. So we don't know who submitted what. So it was funny when people messaged us going, "I was picked." Well, I guess
I
we
voted on
voted
that
for that one. Like, we voted. So it was kind of cool to see people message us this week. So if any of you did the challenge. Sorry if we didn't pick yours. Apologize. Sorry. We just saw it by pictures, so we
There's some really talented people.
And there's
out
like
there.
Did you
100.
pick the star?
Sorry?
Did you pick the star, the 2-ingredient Christmas star?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
you
you
did.
did,
From
yeah.
Winnipeg, that one, right?
Okay.
Yeah, from Winnipeg.
We picked that one, yeah, we voted for that one.
I saw that one today, actually, because I saw her post in the Winnipeg group. I'm like, I remember seeing that picture.
We had to vote for 15 of them, actually. There was a top 10 was built off the 15 that we had picked and other judges as well. So they took all that, and then a top 10 out of the group is what got put on the final votes and final tally.
Yeah.
Thanks, Patricia.
Thanks, Patricia.
So next we'll go to Sue. Hi, Sue.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, how's it going?
Oh, I'm good. My non-sale victory for this week, before I start anything else, was the fact that I know you guys are on my Facebook page too, and I've been baking, but I had one cookie.
That's awesome.
And my sampler is sitting over there playing his video game. So, I mean, and remember last week I said that if I wanted an indulgence, it was going in my tracker first, and I'm still doing that.
That's awesome.
And I mean, you can have your cookie and eat it too.
Yes,
So-
You can, definitely.
So at the beginning, you were talking about traditions, like, like you said, Christmas is whenever. When we moved to Ajax from Sudbury, all our family is there. Bruce and I are the only ones here. So, he works a shift work, he works at the nuclear plant. There's some winter, there's some Christmases we couldn't make it for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We make it when we can get together.
Right.
Because, it's family that counts, it's the love, and that's what counts. So, yeah, I understand what you're coming from that. The third thing is, I wanted to ask Lara if she could answer this question, because I'm not sure, I sent it to her, but I'm not sure if she saw it. I was gonna order some Epicure for want to try something. Second of all, it's a good cause. How long does it take for it to be shipped to, like, I guess they ship it at your place, right? Do you know how long about?
Yeah, so it probably won't take more than a week or two. We don't have, I don't have an exact time, but it usually ships out within a few days from Vancouver Island, or for people in the States, it ships out from Utah.
Okay.
And our deadline, if you're looking for it to arrive in time for Christmas, the cutoff is December 13th.
Which is the day before.
Okay, no, I was gonna order tonight, I just wasn't sure when it was gonna show up, so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that I have the floor, thanks, Sue, for your interest. And I wanted to thank everyone who's already ordered. We've had quite a few orders come in already, so thanks for that.
Thank you, everyone.
I also wanted to mention that December has a special right now that if you spend over $50, you'll get a $10 voucher for the new year, or if you spend over $100, you'll get a $25 voucher for the new year.
Oh, that's cool.
Catalog comes out. So that's something to keep in mind too.
Thank you, Lara.
Thank you, everyone.
Anyway, have a good night, guys.
Thanks, Sue.
Thanks, Lara. Okay, so we have Brenda. Hi, Brenda.
Hi,
Long
how you
time
doing?
no see.
Okay, I have to share something with you, and it's a non-scale victory. Okay, for a person who does 3,000 steps a day, I signed up for the Santa Shuffle, but I didn't go out. I did it at my house, so it's a 5K walk. So I finished it today.
Yay!
I finished my 5K. So I did 7,868 steps today.
That's
Oh my
awesome,
goodness.
Brenda.
I usually only do 3,000. And my friend Karen said to me, oh, you got a couple of days, you can do it. I said, no, I'm determined to finish the Santa Shuffle.
Oh.
And she has my bling waiting for me.
Yay!
That's awesome, Brenda. That's such an
So proud
awesome
of
share.
you. That's fantastic. That's
awesome
a
to
great
hear.
non-scale victory. You know what? And it goes to show you when you put your mind to something, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, you are.
We are all unstoppable. We can do anything we put our minds to, and we can do anything as long as we believe in ourselves. That is so important. That is one of the most powerful things you can do, is believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
It was hard, but I mean, I was determined to finish it.
and
Like
look at what you
I was
did.
supposed to go out with Paula, a group, the Stouffville group. But I when I signed up and thinking, oh no, I wouldn't be able to keep up with them. So I did it at my pace and stuff. And
That's-
I'm really proud of myself.
And you know what, guys? And then Brenda, right there, you just said it right there. I did it at my pace. This journey is about doing things at your own pace. And the thing is, the fact that that group made this challenge doesn't mean that you have to do it exactly the way they're doing it. Jana's the same thing. Jana's doing her challenge right now, her December challenge.
Her
And
fitness.
we said we're trying to do workout every week on our step class. We didn't today. Because we listen to our bodies. Our bodies are sore. We need a day off. But doesn't mean that we're giving up on the challenge.
And doesn't mean the challenge was a failure.
We're continuing.
Yeah.
If we get 30 days out of 31, that's still how bad would that be that you did 30 step classes in December and not 31?
No. Right.
Darn! You know what I mean? And that's the thing. We emphasize so much on, oh, I missed this final little thing here. Or I did this, but I didn't do this little step here. And we get so mad at ourselves for not doing that little step when that huge step you've done here is so much more important.
It's more important.
And more valuable.
It's so much bigger.
Yes,
It's so much bigger. So much bigger. Good for you, Brenda. So happy you shared that with us tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
And then we have Devin last.
Devin!
Hi, Devin.
Hi boys, how are you?
Good, how are
great.
you?
You guys are so cute with your hats. Every time I see you guys.
We need new. We're gonna go look for new ones.
We have to do something new because this is 3 weeks in a row now. We have to change our accessories. We are gay after all.
Are we?
But I wanted to share you guys that over Thanksgiving, after I think I told you guys this before, that I stayed in with my points, didn't go over, measure everything, and think about all the tips you've been giving us a lot. And after the other day, I worked out, burned all my Thanksgiving weight off.
That's awesome.
And COVID as well,
Awesome.
to call it. And I got on my scale and I was really happy about myself, and I was down 1.8.
I saw that. You said that earlier, Devin. That's amazing. That's an awesome success.
Yeah, and I was like, oh God, how did I come this far to get this off? But after everything you guys said, you guys like made my day for that.
Aww. And you know what, Devin? You're a perfect example right here. What you're saying. And I know a lot of people who follow us. I think what happens is that once you start learning that this is not something that you need to finish in a finite time, you're not doing this because you're trying to get to a specific date or a specific item. You're doing this for your life. Life will happen. There will be obstacles on the way. There will be events. There will be birthdays. There will be all these different things that happen. And so if you can take those things and still move on from that and still continue your journey, you might be set back a few weeks because you might have ate a bit too much, but you're still moving forward on your journey. You haven't lost all the stuff you've learned. You haven't lost all the activity you've been doing, all the changes you've been doing.
Even if you fall flat on your face one day, and I'm sure that's where Arlene felt last week on her birthday, where she felt flat, where she was like, how am I going to pick myself up? She was able to pick herself up, and so were you, because you had the tools already laid out in front of you. They were there. They were there. You just needed to learn how to, you pick them up again and reuse them. And as soon as you start reusing something again, you're like, oh, wait a minute here. I've done that. Like when I got into my car this week for the first time on Friday, and I was like, this is really weird. I got to remember how to back it up.
Yeah.
I got to remember without hitting the wall behind me because
Guys,
we're in a parking garage now.
I used to like pride myself on my driving skills. I used to be like, I'm like, and then I'm like,
and
there's snow on the ground. What do I do? Which pedal is it? Which pedal?
and there's
we don't drive anymore.
Yeah, it's insane what it does to you.
What it does.
So that's the same idea as here, is when you do sometimes, maybe you're not focused, you're not as focused. When you come back, it takes time to realize that, wait a minute here, I've done this before.
So thank you so much, Evan. We'll come back right after this because it's already 8.
My goodness.
We're a little behind today, but that's okay. We like chatting with you guys. It's fun having so many of you wanting to chat and Zoom with us. And Matilda, yes, we'll have you right after we're done.
You look so cozy, Matilda.
I know.
I was like, I'm gonna go sit beside her in her house.
So we'll come right back. So little updates for the week. So again, the Epicure sale, the food bank event, WGA's Give Back is lasting till Monday, December 14th, 7 p.m. So you can get your orders. You have a whole week to do it. If you have friends and family who are looking for Epicure, let them know. Maybe they want to order something. Like we said, if we can, our plan, guys, is to literally drive this food to them.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a picture. We're going to do a video with us driving there with the stuff in the car.
And I'll say this, when I called the food bank, they were ecstatic.
They were in shock
first. The Mary, who I spoke to first, was so ecstatic that we were wanting to do something like this. She's like, this is what we really want. We want the community to get together and give back as much as they can. And if you guys are able to give us anything, we would be more than appreciative. And then when Henry, who is the social media person behind it all, reached out, he was like,
first of all, he was like, how did you guys do it? How did you lose your weight?
How'd you lose your weight? I saw your website. You guys are incredible. And we were like, and he's like, you know what? It's great people, and it's you, all of you out there who are the great people that we depend on, and we love you guys for even just thinking about it. And if you're able to, it's great. If you're not, we love you all no matter what. You know, it is the time of year where other people need, and we want to be able to just help as many as we can.
So yesterday we actually had a video come out, our newest recipe for pesto at 0 points on purple and blue.
And it was using the chickpeas and the Gold Farm basil. The Gold Farm basil that we get.
So that came out yesterday. I will be sharing the links this week on social media. I share it later now. Next weekend, next Saturday, we're actually having Christmas with my family next Saturday. We're doing a Zoom. My family does Christmas a little weird, like we've explained at the beginning.
Normally it's the beginning of December. We're in Sudbury at the beginning of December, the first weekend, and we do Christmas with the kids. And it's kind of fun because a little tradition that we do with the kids, we make them think that Santa sends us text messages when it's time to open a gift. so that way they don't open all their gifts in one sitting.
We gave them the reason that is before Christmas.
Before Christmas,
so
so
they have to
Santa
wait.
says you have to wait. You can't open them all at once.
So I would pretend I'm Santa, and I sent a text to my sister, and her phone changed. She changed the name to Santa, and then you go, "Oh, Santa
Time to
said,
open a
time to
gift."
open a gift."
And we did it for 3 years in a row, and it was the best thing ever because they sat down and
Enjoyed
enjoyed
each
gift.
gift
for a few hours before they opened the next one.
It worked really
It
well.
was a cool concept.
But again, it worked because it was the day. It was before Christmas.
before Christmas,
It was
yeah.
like it's like Santa said. You
Yeah,
know,
you have to follow
right
Santa's
here.
rules.
He said the rules. He sets the rules. We can't change that. So we're doing that next Saturday, and our videos coming out next Saturday are another favorite thing video for Gay Lee whipped cream.
We thought it was a good time to send out some whipped cream since maybe you want to find something that's lower in points for the holidays.
And then the week after, December 19th, is our recipe for cheese sticks. You
Cheese
guys
sticks.
saw us make those, our 1-point cheese sticks.
We
The
thought those
video-
were really good to share now, especially if you guys want to make something that's easy but feeling indulgent for the holidays.
And I watched the video and they look delicious in the video. So I was like, and we had some last night again. So
But I
think we
made
like
them
it.
with a little bit of
different
a
last night.
chicken, a blanket with a cheese stick
Yeah.
mix. It was really good actually, and it was pretty low in points.
We're
too,
doing
so.
a lot of workshop visits this week. Jean-Luc is actually off tomorrow.
I am. I took the day off after last week and the 3 days of nonstop conference. I needed a day, and I said, you know what? I had an extra day, so I'm taking tomorrow off.
But the thing is that I scheduled a bunch of workshops for him, so he might show up alone at workshops to go talk to people while I'm working. So it might be just him alone joining some workshops.
Which is fine. And then I have some projects that I want to do around the house. We bought new shelves for our bathroom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Tuesday we're going to be visiting Nanaimo, BC. Wednesday Henrietta, New York. Thursday Henderson, Nevada.
we are off on Friday, and on Saturday we'll be doing Hyde Park, New York, Barrie, Ontario, Pleasanton, California, and Coquitlam, BC.
Then Sunday we're doing Baldwin, New York, and Thornhill, Ontario with Sergio.
Woohoo!
And a few more reminders. So
Isn't that beast mode?
yes, beast mode.
I thought so.
And then we have, for reminders, our Facebook group. Again, if you want to have the biggest experience with us, if you want to see the most of our journey, our Facebook group is where we share the most of everything. We share a lot there, and a lot of you do as well. We love everyone sharing in the group. You have no idea when we load it up and it's like all these people posting their celebrations or transformations on Thursday this week and Friday.
And where everybody's helping each other out
Yeah,
and just
love it.
supporting each other. It just, you guys have created the
Love it.
community that we've always wanted.
Craved,
And thank
yeah.
you for that. Thank each and every single one of you.
You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. Just look for WW Gays or look for Jean-Luc and Nick. You'll find us that way.
Yep.
Or the Wellness Warriors.
You can also follow us on our website at www.gaze.com, or for recipes, www.gaze.com/recipes.
Our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 91152 Bayview Village, Willowdale, Ontario, M2K 216.
And our email address is www.gays@gmail.com.
If you like this video, please hit the like below. Please hit the subscribe and tell your friends about us.
Yes.
We love to have new people. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Happy holidays.
Bye, Facebook
I can't
and
believe it's
YouTube.
December 6th.
I know.